What is impromptu hypnosis? So way back in 2007, I wrote a book called Reality is Plastic, The Art of Impromptu Hypnosis. What did I mean when I used that term, impromptu hypnosis? Well, very simply, I was trying to make a distinction between traditional stage hypnosis and the kind of hypnosis that takes place in a therapy room. I was referring to doing hypnosis anytime and anywhere that you choose. Nearly 10 years later, I updated that book and began to have it translated into several different languages. This threw up a question very early on. In many languages, there is no distinction between the words impromptu and improvised. And sometimes people were interpreting impromptu or improvised to mean unplanned. That was certainly not my intention when I used the word impromptu. So this encouraged me to look more deeply into the etymology of the word impromptu, as very often when you do this, it can kind of throw up some interesting shades on the meaning of a particular word. So impromptu comes from the French, and prior to that, it has a Latin root, and there are two parts to that, in and promptu. You put them together, that essentially means at hand, having something at hand. When you look at the ablative version of the word, this essentially translates as a readiness. It kind of pertains to the agent involved. And when you look at the past participle of the word, promer, this means to bring forth. So if we put all of that together, impromptu, as I understand it, essentially means a readiness to bring forth that which is at hand. So in this case, with regards to impromptu hypnosis, the readiness is all about the hypnotist. The hypnotist is, of course, prepared. The hypnotist has a plan. The hypnotist is ready to deliver. When we think about what that hypnotist may bring forth, of course it refers to how they will display, demonstrate, and ultimately use hypnosis. And finally, that which is at hand, well, in this case, we're talking about some razor-sharp, slick, impromptu hypnosis skills. If you have an interest in learning more about impromptu hypnosis, then subscribe to our channel, where you will find an abundance of free resources and new videos arriving every month.